am the oracle Apollo. Come share your light with me. These messages I follow, restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, you're a part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters are alive. Divine encounters, our lives designed. I am the oracle Apollo.
Thank you for joining me, your hostess, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo. And thank you for being here. It is Wednesday night. Today we are doing supernatural story time. Make sure that you are inviting yourself to have this high quality H2O with you, because this is not a passive viewing experience, but one where we will be shifting your energies. So first, to your health, wealth, and prosperity. Yes. If this is your first time here, bienvenue. Please like and subscribe. Turn on that little bell. Turning on that bell will let you be notified every Sunday and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to know that I am going live. So make sure that you are hitting the notification on. And of course, if you share this message with a friend, you automatically enter to win a personal reading from moi. So make sure that you are sharing, and also sharing this message is sharing hope, sharing energy, sharing blessings. And you just don't know what somebody needs to hear in that moment. And this is a place where we're going to be expanding, shifting, even challenging you. So thank you for being here. Hello, Tanya. Good to see you again today. Saw you this morning, so it's like a little bit of deja vu. Hello, Lori Gianetta. Hello, good evening, Sherry McQueen. It was nice to see you also this morning. And hello, Michelle. Welcome to the feed. So excited to have tonight's broadcast again. Shared again, but it don't show up when I message here, but I did share. Don't worry, Tanya. I am looking at the phone and the computer, and it shows me when you guys share. But also, if you guys are not sure if it's sharing, hi, lovely. Make sure you're putting hashtag shared after you shared it. And I have a guest for you all today. He's a friend of mine, and we've probably been friends for lots of lifetimes. I'm pretty sure about that. So it's definitely not the first one. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here, everybody. And you ever wonder about what's above what we already know about the divine? Like, what's above angels? What's above God? Is there a God to God? Is there angels to angels? There's so many questions that I have. So let's bring on my guest, and maybe he will make the impossible seem possible.
Good evening, Oracle.
Hi, Terry. Thank you for flying in or teleporting in with whatever marble you have back there. It looks like some kind of UFO shield or something. I feel like you kind of just teleported into this space.
Right. It is marble, but it's a marble tapestry, so I can wash it after the show, and anything comes out of the show, we're set.
Oh, perfect. So friend, please let everybody know who you are and a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Terry Kloss, and I was a long-time technical person, semiconductor industry. And 7 years ago, I woke up, and since then, I've become Reiki Master. I've become an IET advanced person channel. And what I do is work with people to find the next level, keep going the next level. That's it.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. And you seem like such a great student. I bet your teacher was really awesome.
She was the Oracle of Apollo for most of my Reiki training. and she was all of my IET training. She's the best.
Shameless plug. That's great. Thank you, friend, for being here. Seriously. So I like to start every episode with the good news. It's a message for everybody at home, and it gets a chance for everyone to kind of get that mind flowing and thinking and diving in. So let's get into that first. And to that I say, what's good? Okay, we have today the Earth School card, and I just want to be transparent. We actually got the same exact card that we had Sunday night, Whale, but I changed it, but it came out twice for the same exact good news message from Sunday night. Just so you guys know. All right, so Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity, and it helps us in this understanding. Each year, this study deepens more and more. Receiving this card, you may be going through a difficult time. You're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and to learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and the lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. This card also means that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. Whoops, I'm losing reception on the. Hold on. I lost my camera. I don't know if you guys still see me or black, but just in case, my second camera just crashed. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while here on Earth. Terry Miser, what do you have for me about this?
Well, of course, Earth School is like perfect for tonight because what we're going to be talking about is always like ascending and achieving higher and higher realms. And to do that is a lot of healing of yourself. And so this is the place to do it. Earth is the place. And so that's a perfect card.
And I absolutely agree that Earth is the perfect place to do that, because otherwise we'd be back in limbo somewhere wondering when will we get the chance to complete what we need to learn.
Right.
So Terry, I have a very hard question for you all at home as well. And please, if this message resonates with you or you feel like you want to share something about it, I'll highlight your comment at the bottom. So the question for today is, for the collective anyways, and for you, Terry, how are you being called to grow or learn?
Okay. So for me, can I talk now? Or?
Yes, please.
Okay. So for me, I'm being called to keep leveling up and keep seeing what's stopping everyone and myself from leveling up. And so I'm constantly learning. Spirit put me through all kind of human jobs to get there. So I was working in electronics, I was working in physics, I was working in chemistry, I was working in a lot of things. And the way things translate between the higher levels and here is very appropriate. So they set me up to like go out and find these things and work with them. So.
Very wonderful. And what do you guys at home? I have echo, but it's gone now. What do you guys at home feel like is the answer for this question for you? How are you being called to grow and learn? I know for myself, I'm being called to grow and learn by this trip going to Europe, because it's a chance for learning about myself. It's a chance to be independent on my own, to move through fear, to move through the unknown, to walk in faith and trust, and to recognize that there is something waiting, always awaiting us on the other side if we're willing to risk it, if we're willing to walk it, and if we're willing to discover it. So that's for me. And right here, I have an angel blessing, which is Angel Daniel blessing the collective with homecoming. So make sure you guys are claiming your angel blessings because the angels want to assist you, but they respect your free will. I know I'm claiming that. How about you, Terry?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing? All right, we're going to claim that for Terry as well. All right, let's get rid of this secondary card here. Thank you for that. So I like to do is go into a divine experience, which is a 1-minute experience for the collective. I see you, Linda. Linda is claiming her. Yes. Erica is also claiming that for Erica. You heard how loud that bell got for Erica? There we go. And then Renata also getting a claim right there. Thank you guys for claiming that. And Michelle says, people have been coming to me, strangers that seem to require my light in some way. Terry, do you have any thoughts on this?
What I find is that everyone we connect with has something for us, and she may have something that a lot of people need, and it is part of your light. It's part of getting these downloads, as we call them in the industry here, and everybody has them. And they may be small, they may be big. You may spend a lot of time with a person. Sometimes you just have to meet them, but definitely those connections are important.
Thank you, Terry. So let's do a self-check real quick. So from 1 to 10, Terry, where are you at energetically in this moment? 10 being, I couldn't possibly hold anything else in my cup. My cup overfloweth. And 1, my cup has nothing. My cup is run drieth.
I'm pushing an 8 right now.
You're pushing an 8. I love that. Mm-hmm. How about you guys at home? Take a moment, put it in the comment section below. Notice where you are right now. I feel good, honestly. I have been at a 10 all day, and I was just like, woof, I need to come down from this. And then I finally segued back to like an 8.5, but now it's like, nope, going back up again. Like the draft just came in, like, oh, coming back up again. Renata is at a high 9. Lovely is at a solid 7. Michelle, she is at a 6. And Lori is at a 5. Sherry McQueen is at a 9. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is very quickly, we're going to do a 1-minute experience where we're going to channel energy toward you, and you can set an intention. I feel like a good intention today. Oh, wait. Erica says 10 because I watched the replay of Sunday. That's funny. So we're going to go ahead and open the channel here. So go ahead and set an intention. I feel like I want to set the intention for everyone today for abundance. That's what Angel Ariel is showing me. So that's what I'm going to intend to send. All right, so here we go. 1 minute on the clock. Take a beautiful deep breath in and close your eyes and let it all go. I want you to visualize in front of you a bunch of boxes. These boxes are going to represent your baggage, your burdens, your things, the clutter that have kept you from finally getting into that financial freedom that you deserve. And I want you to just lift the boxes up. Do some of them feel half empty, half full, full? And I want you to really recognize which boxes do not serve you. And very quickly, if you take a look at them, they might have an X or red mark or cut open. I want you to start chucking boxes. Just chuck the boxes that don't feel right, don't feel in alignment, no longer serve you. And then as you're breathing in, I want you to begin to bring your focus on beautiful abundance coming to you as beautiful pink energy, and just breathe in that pink energy into your heart, into your stomach, into your cellular system. Breathing all of that in and claiming it within your heart. Nice big exhale. and bring that left and right palm to touch each other in front of your heart space. And you can gently open your eyes and bow. Namaste. And thank you to everyone who is participating. And then notice what you're feeling now. Excuse me, I'm clearing. I don't even know why that tasted like watermelon because I did not have any watermelon. But notice what you're feeling now and put in the comment section from 1 to 10. Where are you at energetically and what did you feel? Terry, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, so I went up to a 9. What I saw when you said that was like a mountain of boxes. So I was like, okay. And I started feeling some I could barely move. Others were completely empty feeling. And then I just started a wave of the boxes leaving me and the pink energy coming in and just took the whole mountain out. It was kind of cool. So.
The bulldozer all at once.
Uh-huh.
I love that. And for myself, Sherry McQueen went up. So good for you, Sherry McQueen. I am spinning. I felt like I'm just being like bored. Like you guys know what a bore is? Like that goes in. I'm being bored through me into the earth. And there's a lot of heat inside of me. My hands are actually sweating. It's pretty cool. And I'm pretty blissed out. I'm not going to lie. I had to really force my eyes open there. So yeah. Let's see what Erica has to say. She has a little bit here. My crown is on fire. I saw me chucking all the boxes. Then I saw a beautiful golden light come from the heavens into my bodies. Beautiful. Erica's at a 10 plus. Lovely as hi. Lori Gianetto's at an 8, and I got the negativity boxes. Go ahead and get rid of those negativity boxes. And Michelle also at 8, several boxes and very heavy ones. The broken ones crumbled. I know. You see how quick? Look at that, Terry. Look, I feel like we did so much work in 1 minute.
Right.
It's impressive, but it's also like should be brought like attention to it because it's like saying you don't need so many complicated systems. You just need 1 minute of dedicated focus. And look what you guys shifted. Good for you all. Good for you all. So Terry, my friend, you are here. I have heard so many of your stories. And not to mention, we together have been through so many conjoined stories. I don't even think we could even touch on in one episode. So maybe you'll have to come back for a few episodes and we'll do a couple of chapters or something. And so I know you have a particular one. And I would just like for you to start wherever you feel the most comfortable. And if you want to start with your background and what led you up to this point and then get into your story, you totally can. So without further ado, I'm going to give you the space to share your story. So everybody smash those hearts for Terry's supernatural story time.
All right. So my story began, I had my own company, did a lot of technical building and machinery for the semiconductor industry. I was married. I had 3 children. And in August, 7 years ago, I laid down one night to just like go to sleep. And I woke up harshly. I suddenly felt presences around me. And then I felt energy around me. Like I couldn't see it, but I could feel it. It was kind of like very black and white, but very dim. So I can see things sort of, but mostly just when they move. And so it was a very, shocking kind of thing to happen. And then what happened then was then they started trying to get messages through to me, and they kept telling me I had to train. And they were giving me downloads, and they were giving me as much information as I could handle, which was way too much. The spirit's trying to download everything to you at once. And this went on for about 2 weeks without, I couldn't even sleep. They were just
trial by fire, friend. Trial by fire.
It was nonstop. And after 2 weeks of not sleeping, and my wife at the time found me just quivering in a corner somewhere and called 911, And so I did. I got taken to a hospital. I had blood tests and EEGs and EKGs and all kind of things, family histories, everything went through, and it was like there was nothing there, but being in the hospital and getting knocked out helped a lot. It was like instantly better just from, getting some sleep. So I did have to go and connect with like a psychiatrist or whatever, and, as part of the program. And he did prescribe something for me, which it did help me sleep. It didn't really stop the energies from flowing or anything that they, thought they were curing, but it did allow me to relax enough to sleep at night. And I probably took them for like 6 months or something until I was finally, strong enough to be able to deal with the energy and relax and sleep at the same time. That took a lot of training. And
How were you first feeling, friend? Like when this started happening, and now all of a sudden you have to go to all these doctors. Your wife is like, oh my goodness, like what's happening? Right. What was that like for you internally, that experience?
It was a real, I guess there's a struggle within myself, because on the one hand, I was like, I knew everything was real, and I knew everything that they were telling me was important, and that these things had to be done. But on the other hand, I already had a life, and they were pushing each other away. This duality that people try to live, where you're human and then be your spiritual, and you try to walk this plank going back and forth, and it just doesn't work out that well. And they would really had nothing to do with it. I mean, they were pretty tough with me. So they just, so it was, I mean, I had to give up something, and, they were relentless. And eventually, after a couple of years of this, I had to give up family and work and those kind of things, and just do what they wanted to do. So
wow. And when you were asked to give up your family, I mean, that's huge. When you give up your work, your business,
mm-hmm.
And you're saying they were relentless, do you feel like, how do you know it was good? How do you know? Because I'm asking on behalf of what I know people are going to be asking right now. How do you know that was a good thing to do that?
Well, for my wife, the thing was that she wanted nothing to do with being spiritual or any of that. So that was sort of easy. For the kids, one of them was on her way to college, and another one was just coming up behind. So it essentially came down to one daughter, but she ended up living very close to me. So I live near her school, and I got a chance to, stay around her for a while. And they have like toned that down, but she's at this stage, 17. She doesn't want anything to do with parents, and I respect that. I was there, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend. Go ahead. I know I keep interrupting your story.
No, so that
you
was
you surrendered. You surrendered family. You surrendered job.
I surrendered a lot of stuff, and Spirit actually forced me to train for over 2 years before they even let me know there was such a thing as a spiritual family. So I trained alone, and they kept trying to get me to level up. They would put ghosts in my house and make me deal with them. Then they would put more powerful ghosts, and then they started putting demons in the house and make me deal with them. And this went on and on. They were not going to stop. I had to learn to be a warrior. I had to learn to find out what's causing this, and start tracing these energies I was feeling to where they came from, and take care of them. And it's pretty much been very similar to that, from that time. But then, of course, I joined the spiritual community. I was actually at my office, and it was like a communal office place, and they put somebody next door to me who was a psychic. And so I met her. I can't quite recall her name at the moment, but she immediately started going through stuff with me, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? And then I did another like reading with her, and she said, your energy is just way too high for me. I'm gonna hook you up with this other person, and she's got those high energies that you can deal with. So she hooked me up with someone, uh, Cindy Oliva, and we worked with the galactic beings. And I spent probably another year or so there working with the galactic beings, and they were really great. And then eventually I saw an upcoming thing at my family's church, which happened to be Unitarian. And I saw this woman in there. I'm like, who is this? And I like texted her, emailed you and said, who are you? And I think we've been together ever since I started going to Howl. And we spent, a few years down there. So it was fun.
Yeah, I remember meeting you. It was like first person who I was at an expo, first person who got my slot. And it was just like, I just needed to meet you. And I was like, okay. And we've been like this ever since.
Uh-huh. Yep. And you told me that day that we met that, we were going to form this new Reiki and stuff together. And, we went through all the Reiki trainings at Howl, and Spirit was always like, okay, you're going to take some of this Reiki, you're going to take some of this IET, you're going to do this on the people on the table. And, it was brilliant. It was fun. And, it continues. The more things I do, the more I learn and keep going after it. So,
yeah, absolutely. And as you're continuing, so now you've been presented with so many obstacles. I feel like a lot of people probably would have had a nervous breakdown from the things that and I've seen this, as a teacher and as a guide, people come to me when they are at their lowest because it's too much. Mm-hmm. So what would you like to say to someone who maybe is going through that time? And I'm going to call that time your initiation. What would you say to someone that's going through that currently, that very difficult initiation where they're challenging you and testing you to see not what you're just made of, but how you're going to respond?
The one thing that always comes back to me is that, okay, I'm put here on earth for a reason. And, I owe it to myself, my higher self, my guides and everything to like succeed, because, my guides have a mission to help me succeed, and that's their job. They're trying to do their job. And then it's like every time that we would work on somebody on the table when we're doing our healings and stuff, that there's these connections, there's these things that you learn, and they seem to affect all of us. It's like the spider web through all the population. So when I ever get like, this is too much, I'm like, well, this affects everyone in creation. This affects not only just the earth, where there's already 7 or 8 billion people. This goes out beyond that. And I want to do it. I want to get this done in this life. I don't want to come back here.
I visited, I had the veal, I'm done.
And so I say, just like press on. They will beat you up, and you could do it the long, slow, hard way, or you could just go along with them, or you could come back and do it again,
And again,
they give up on you, and they move on. So I say, press on, make this life worthwhile.
I agree. And, when you have spirit guides will come knock on your door, and they'll present you with an opportunity, and they say, I need you to do this for me. And the moment you say, hold on, life is happening, work is happening, XYZ is happening, I can't do this right now, I'm sorry, but spirit moves on. So if you ever had like this idea, and then all of a sudden you saw someone else now carrying your idea, and you're like, oh, I had that idea 10 years ago, but someone else has made it into something. Spirit doesn't just come to you. It goes to a collective web of people who have open hearts and are in surrender to bring a task. And I'm going to call this taskmaster. The taskmaster delivers your task. But if you don't choose it, although you have been chosen to take on this task, to be the steward of this task, you must choose in return to do so.
Right.
And if not, they move on.
They move on. I mean, there's backups. It's just like, any kind of play or movie or whatever, there's always somebody waiting in the wings. If you go down, they'll bring somebody else in, they don't mess around, they may play with you for a while if they think you're very important, but, they will like drop you for a while or make you miserable or whatever, they'll get to you. Or they'll
Well, I don't know about the make you miserable part.
know.
But I do know they would definitely drop you, move on, and then a new opportunity will arise. And, my trip to Europe is the perfect example of this because you were around when I was told to go to India.
Yeah.
And my taskmaster came as Lakshmi, get your butt to India. And I had the obligation to Howl, so I didn't. And here we are. Now they said, "Oh, baby, you don't want to leave because you got this building of right here. Oh, okay. You think this little building's it? You think this is the grand reason that you have come into this existence? No, baby, no."
Right.
And so then they took it away.
They took it away.
Right. And now they said, "Now what? Now you're gonna go do it." Because you don't have an excuse.
Right? Exactly.
Different location, same thing. Now you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you start to question or push through? Because we're talking about hierarchies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you discover the above? Or can you actually, better yet, Terry, let's bring this back a little bit. Explain to people at home what a hierarchy is, what you're looking for, what that looks like to you, and what you're discovering in this moment around it.
Okay, so what I discovered as you start your spiritual journey, you're almost powerless. Most people are very almost powerless. You might have a lot of energy and stuff, but you have very little way to use it. So what you end up doing is you start getting help from like the angels, and then you move it up to the archangels, and and what spirit does is as you work with these beings, they just keep moving you up, and you get yourself healed to the point where, okay, I remember working with Archangel Michael and a bunch of them, and we would just go after these energies, and then one night I woke up after like integrating something, and they all had duffel bags, and they moved out, and they brought the next set of beings to me. When I was working with the galactic beings, there was a set of those beings that worked with me. So the hierarchy just keeps going up and up and up. And it seems like, on a numbers kind of thing, I look at like these energy fields we have around us, and we have auras and all these other fields. And I've been trying to like nail that one down recently. And it's like at a human level, you have like 114 of these. But your being is so enormous. It's like a city. I mean, there's other consciousness, there's other beings, all part of your same being. It's absolutely enormous. And as you go up, they have more channels, they have more energy fields, and you get up to the higher levels, and it's almost infinite, the number of fields that they have around them, because they're holding space for all kind of other beings. So it really does start down with the angels and the archangels, and it keeps moving up. And spirit will, work with you for a while. Like you think that this being is like the only being that you want to work with, and as you move up, they'll put another being there, and they'll just put the same face on it. So, I like to work with whoever, Archangel Michael. They'll show you Archangel Michael until they're just like, dude, give it up, move on, but they will. So a lot of people, have these visions, or they go to a psychic, and the psychic says, oh, your grandmother's here, your dog's here, whatever. And a lot of times what that is that it's a spirit coming in, and they want to connect with you. And the only way to connect is to show you something you recognize. And so once you start to understand that there's just other beings out there, then the names kind of fade out. But you can feel the energy. You can feel the different personalities of each beings you're working with. And one of the important things is like even in yourself, like I say, you're a floating city. There's light and there's dark, and they're both, I call light, the light and dark. And there's also evil. And since you're a floating city, you can even find evil parts of yourself out there. And they're the ones that you want to go after and remove. They block a lot of what you're trying to do and work with other, darkness that's there. So one thing for people to be careful of is always work with the light and dark, but never the evil,
How
And
can someone that is listening to you right now differentiate that?
you make it your intention. So if we're going to work with Pythia, we know we're working with the light. If we're working with the black oracle or something, we have to make sure that it's not the evil oracle, not the evil Pythia.
I like how Terry's coming at me. He's coming at my jugular right now.
Yeah. But you can relate to that, and others can, because they all know you and they know Pythia. So that happens with a lot of beings, and even within yourself. So those are the things you have to work with, and you just every day searching for the next connection that you can make, and you make sure that it's light, and you ask them, are you light? Are you evil? Are you whatever? And you have to be very forceful in making sure that you're working with the best possible beings you can, and that's what helps you keep moving up. They'll help you as long as they can, and then you get past their pay grade, and the next one you connect to.
Right.
You keep going up and up, and hopefully, at some point, you get to the end. I don't know where that is, but it's just such an enormous place that you're at that I don't know if it even matters. But what you do as you're doing that is you're finding parts of yourself, and you're healing them, and you're bringing them back into your own entity. And I find things all scattered out there, but I also noticed that all these beings that I come around, a lot of them are, when I find damaged parts of me or something that needs to be brought back, there's one of you and there's one of my other friends. We all are like that, and we all need this help. So it's really great to just keep forging forward and trying to get us all back, get us all put back together, so we can bring the light in. It's the new energy of the rising feminine energy. It's this new golden age coming forward, and it's like we've come out of the dark ages, and we're moving forward with the light. And these are the warriors here on earth that can do it. This is the place to do it from. And so that's what I do with them. That's how I see them out there.
Thank you, friend. So I want to just add that guides are cyclical, and they have, if we start to look at ancient Egypt, and this is something I learned from Hermes, which was gods and guides, they will have a time of ascension and a time of falling. Mm-hmm. Just like the leaves, just like nature, just like everything that is of the natural world, it has a time of blossoming and a time of decay. And that includes a time that your guides are with you. There is a cycle of time that they are with you. And then you grow with them, and then you are passed on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then I wanted to ask you mentioned quite a few times the word, you find it and then you pull it out. What does that mean to someone? You find it and then you pull it out. You find that, or you find your piece of you and then you bring it back. How do we find these pieces of us?
So what you have to do really is you start working within yourself and feeling your own energy. And when you're doing any kind of spiritual work, you want to find your own energy, but then you also want to feel what's outside around you. And after a while, you get better and better at this. It takes a lot of practice, but you start feeling your own energy, and you find you can even squeeze that energy. And when you squeeze it, a lot of times it moves things out. It's like doing dancing or something else, where it has this ability to just keep moving stuff on. But you work with yourself, and then you work a little outside of yourself, and then you start to work with the things around your property and your house. And then you start to connect with the moon and the sun and the solar system. And, you can just keep trying to expand and expand. And you go through the solar systems and the galaxies, then the universe, and then the multiverse. And then you try to like get out to the big place out there and try to wrap your energies, your spirit all around that. And so it's growth of your own being, but it's also growth of this consciousness that you have, this global consciousness, and you keep expanding it, and you find more and more. It's just more and more out there.
I agree, and that's what we're here for. The angels and guides and ascended masters and the galactics, they have so many things that have to shift in the world. But many of them, if not all of them, don't have the senses that we have because we're in corporeal, physical state. So that's why they need our assistance to also to help them accomplish the scale of the mission, right? The light workers are awakening to raise the vibrational consciousness of the planet.
Exactly.
So this is a scale thing. Every time that you find yourself after a little meditation or a little sitting down and you find yourself in peace and you're like, okay, I just feel peaceful and relaxed, and that's it. That's the word just. Oh boy, if I had a nickel for the word just, you see my
Right.
you see my body posture change. Woof, the word just. Let's get rid of the word just. Anyways, when they say I just felt peace, to you, your small mind, your human body can only deal with a fraction of what that peace is actually doing on a global scale.
Exactly.
You can't even fathom how you're shifting multitudes of souls, millions and billions of people shifting at the same time because of that one little push.
Yeah.
I'm using air quotes because these are words of this eve of energy.
The butterfly effect, and it happens out there. It's like this planet, for whatever reason, we're here, and it's so important not to, like I say, millions or billions of people. This is infinite numbers of beings that are like really relying on us to do this. Because as we heal ourselves, and then you're in these meditations with Saint Germain or whatever, you can start healing them. They need healing too. We're coming out of the dark ages, and these people that come to help us, they could use some help too. So always try to turn that around. And you go to the meditations and you're clearing yourself, and you're like, hey, you need some too? Come on, I'm gonna pull the energy around and see if I can pull more of you in. And they really appreciate that. It's a great way to show gratitude, is to take what you learn and try to help the beings that are helping you. It pushes
Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of Saint Germain, shameless plug, make sure you join meetup.com/awakened Philadelphia for a monthly Violet Flame energy session with moi. It is totally free. Uplift your energy, uplift your spirit, get that good Violet Flame energy in you, and shift, transmute, and release lower misqualified energies from your energy field. Again, you want to screenshot that, go right ahead, and I'll let you guys with that. Friend, thank you so much for being here. This has been absolutely fun. Thank you for your story time. Is there anything that you want to offer while you're here? I'm not sure if you are or if you aren't. But any way that if anybody wants to get a hold of you, where they can reach you?
I do have email is tcloss@amanita, AMANITA, TECH.com. And phone number is 215-353-1984. And
Tell Amanita for me one more time.
AMA, NITA, TECH for Amanita Tech. And that was my former company, and I still use the email.
Is it, you said Gmail?
There you go.
Is that right? Oh, wait. I added an extra thing there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on, guys. Boom. Try that now. How about that?
It's tcloss.
Amanita Tech.
AmanitaTech.com.
Oh, okay. So it was
There's no
correct.
Gmail or anything. It's at Amanita Tech.
Oh, I got you. Okay, you guys ignore that. I should have asked this before. T-Kloss at amanitatech.com, right?
That's it.
Okay, now this is a screenshot for you guys.
There
In case you wonder where Terry and the Galactics and all of the abovers, I have no other word but abovers. I'm going to call them divine, but abovers. There you go. And if you guys have any questions for Terry, feel free to throw that in the comment section below. I had invited a winner for tonight because, every Wednesday night I have a winner that receives a personal reading. And if you want to be next week's winner, just share this feed or comment your friend's name in the comment section below and hashtag shared so that I know you have shared it. And then you can be next week's winner where I would deliver a personal reading for you. And in the meantime, how would you like to play a game, friend?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. So everybody at home, we're going to be playing the Apollo games. This is an intuition building game, and your intuition is very important to cultivate because it's going to allow you to be able to make split-second decisions when you are sitting in your knowing, because you won't have any confusion because you shall know. Know thyself, they say, and so we shall play the Apollo games. Okay, so today's question is, which card is Archangel Michael?
Which of these cards is Archangel Michael? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put your comment in the comment section below now. If you got it wrong, why do you think you got it wrong today? Okay.
Okay, you guys know the drill. Your options are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put it in the comment section below, and if you win, you'll get a social distancing high five. Okay, Terry, do you want me to reveal other people's predictions first, or do you want to predict yours first before I reveal them?
I'll do mine first.
Okay, what is yours?
I'll go with number 4.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, we got Michelle with a number 3. Lori Gianetta with the number 3. Tanya with the number 3. Lovely with the number 2. Linda is going for 1. Erica is also going for 3. And Renata is going for 2. How do you feel about that still?
That's the one they want me to pick, so I'm going to pick it. Whatever they want.
Okay, everyone. Let's go.
Which of these cards is Archangel Michael? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put your comment in the comment section below now. If you got it wrong, why do you think you got it wrong today? Okay, reveal time. Did you say 2?
Yay! You guys got it right. High five to Renata. Renata's going to laugh at you when she sees you now. Haha, I got it right and you didn't. Lovely also got it right. So the posse here is all getting it right. And there are no losers here in Divine Encounters. You come back Sunday night, try again. This is just a practice exercise, guys. So don't worry too much about it. Terry, what was your angel blessing that you got for your number? You picked 3?
4.
You picked 4. What was it?
I don't know. Do you remember what they are?
I'm going to find out.
That the 4th one was female.
Oh, we're about to look again.
Which of these cards is Archangel Michael? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put your comment in the comment section below now. If you got it wrong, why do you think you got it wrong today? Okay, reveal time.
Angel Ariel Miracles. 3 is Abundance Casiel. 1 is Synchronicity
2?
Gabriel. And 2 is Michael's Success.
So there's something that always goes on with me when I'm out there. There's no such thing as a male energy. It's all female energy. So they made me pick the card that had the female.
I love it. You can just claim it. It don't even matter. So claim it. It's all right. Sherry McQueen says, I would, but in 1 week I'll be in the hospital recovering from heart surgery. So I apologize in advance for missing the show. I'm going to send Sherry McQueen directly to her text a game while she's in the hospital so that she can play. No, I'm kidding. I hope you rest, my dear. Yes. And Erica says, maybe those blessings are the cards. Yes. Claim your blessings. That's totally why we did this today. It didn't matter if you were right or wrong today. You're going to get the blessing anyway. So make sure that you claim that there in that comment. And so real quick, we're going to jump into the midweek collective energy check-in. And we're going to be right back with the forecast for the rest of the week. Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay, let's go.
There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me.
Okay, Terry, I'm going to leave you in the back and you can have some orange mango sorbet that's back there. Lydia, can you please help Terry in the green room? He's right here. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, friend. Okay, so we're going to let Terry sit back there and enjoy a few minutes while we get the midweek collective energy check-in here popped off. And let's do this. Yeah, see what angel blessings we got. So real quick, I'm just going to let you guys know how we're breaking this down. First card is the foot of the mountain. These are the strengths, your virtues, and the things that you already know you're taking on you on your hero's journey. Second card is going to be your mountain, your challenges that you'll be facing while you're on your journey. Third card is your summit. This is basically the outcome of your journey. And let's see what we have for today. So we're starting off here with the wrist claimed it for everybody. The dreamer card, Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Oh, I love this. So I got this card the other day for Aquarius as well. And it's kind of just like, sometimes you have to be okay with not knowing where you're going, where you're headed, what the next step's going to look like. I just want to say that when you plant your foot firmly in the ground, do it exactly as that. Plant it firmly on the ground and trust that you're going to be supported as you continue to make these steps and take this momentum towards your dream. We have here for the mountain card, practice moderation. If you're on a long journey, I'm sorry, your bag can't be filled to the brim. How would you bring a souvenir back if you left with a full bag? You couldn't bring anything back. Not everything that is occurring around us can be understood or seen as good or bad because sometimes we have these veils that are up. But we can tell when we're doing something in excess. We might not know if it's good or bad, but we usually can tell if there's excess of something. So recognize where you're having excess in your life. Excess of giving too much of your energy, excess of giving too much of your time, too much of your money, too much of your effort, too much. Where are you giving too much? Bring that back, bring it back into a place where you feel comfortable. Then place a boundary there so that way you're not giving in excess of yourself in any facet of yourself to any aspect of your life. This is very important to practice this moderation because this is going to keep you calm and level-headed as the tasks and challenges are being thrown at you while you're on your journey. Then we have the summit card. The summit card here is emotions are running high. This is why this is so important to practice that moderation. Because if you sit there and you meditate every day or you take emotional inventory, at least sometimes during the week, you're going to be able to really balance that easier than just having a whole bunch of boxes in your corner that you maybe haven't seen since last September. And you're like, I didn't even know there was a ham and cheese sandwich left in this box from last September. It stinks. It doesn't even stink. As a matter of fact, if it was a McDonald's burger, it would just look exactly the same because they don't decay. So making sure that you keep your emotions in check. You're practicing moderation. If you recognize that you're more irritable or more quick to snapping, that's because you're leaking energy into some facet in your life. So you're running hot. You're running high. Let's see what your animal is that's going to be assisting us this week. Camel. Be forbearing and patient. Practicing that moderation means just like this camel, the camel drinks up as much water as it needs on its long journey forward. And its steps are not fast, but they are steady and they are sure. Understand this. So it's you have to understand that you are the steward of your energy. So go forward knowing that you and only you can give and let people take from what you have. If you don't allow it, it can't happen. Recognizing this virtue is going to bring you patience. Practicing patience means sitting with discomfort and allowing yourself to communicate effectively, efficiently, and compassionately. And I have a rule of 3. Is it kind? Is it true? And is it necessary? Remember that. Is it kind? Is it true? And is it necessary? All right. So call Camel to assist you this week. Also, Camel has Archangel Jophiel if you would like to work with an Archangel this week as well. And let's see what the collective message from heaven is. I am with the rest of the family. Oops, I'd like to hit this camera sometimes. I am with the rest of the family coming from the message from heaven, letting you know that your crossed over loved one has been met by family and is not alone, is not just floating in the ether, but is in love and safety. As a matter of fact, if you needed to know if they were okay, the energy of peace is coming up, came with that card, and the angels claimed it for you. And Angel Ariel blessing the collective with unity. It's funny, we spoke about peace earlier and its importance, and you're also being blessed with unity, which is also what we spoke upon earlier today too, right, Terry? So claim these blessings in the comment section below. Bring Terry back up here. What are your thoughts on this today, friend?
I like the Dreamer card because Dreamer to me is like connecting with spirit and just like keep connecting and dreaming and letting your consciousness float out there and finding everything. And it's always important for me to keep that, that presence out there. I do like how they put the 2 female cards in there, and they brought Ariel back for me.
They did. And she was the one that we meditated with today, Abundance. So there was a lot of synchronicities in this episode in just regards to that. Is there anything that you want to say, like a little 30-second thought for any message or anything you feel like your soul wants to speak upon the souls of the people who are sitting here in the audience right now?
Yes. Push forward. This is really important for all of us. So the best way to help yourself really is to, keep connecting with those energies, expanding your consciousness so you can help more and more out there. And to help yourself as you do that, pull in those energy fields that I was talking about. Your aura is not supposed to be floating all around out there. That's where things attach to it and everything. So the more you can pull in your energy fields, the healthier you'll be. That'll help in a lot of stuff.
I definitely agree. Thank you, everybody. I hope that today opened your eyes, expanded your vision, made you believe in something more than you did when you came in. I really appreciate all the effort and love that you guys bring here. And most importantly, that you arrive full, that you're arriving open, that you're arriving in surrender to experience and create divine experiences in your own world. So take this home with you and spread it. And of course, may you all go in love, light, and wisdom. So know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has
your back.
You're back. That's right. And I'll see you all Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for your horoscopes. Ciao.
Divine.